Hey guys, this is RoniK95 here, and today I'm going to be doing my library vlog right here. Because remember when I did my previous ones, because I have been doing a lot of my library vlog videos in the past though, and for some obvious reason is that I wanted to do this as well because I have done one library vlog video on a Sunday. That's what I remembered as well. As you can see from here, they're playing basketball at the basketball court right where the high school is as well. And from here, I'm gonna get something in the book sale. As you see from here, I'll show you. As you see from here, let's see what we have inside the book sale. In here, there's a Macross Plus DVD. I already bought that copy, so I'm good. Which I didn't notice. So there's been a while as well, because this explains as well. As far as I know, and as you see there, because I want to get something from the book sale as well, because I'm going to show you what they have as well. Yeah. So there's been a while. Yeah. Well, I guess you can call that as a search for this as well. Really, I wanted to get something from there. That's my own little thing of wanted to get something done as well. Oh, what's this? Sorcerer Hunters. Oh. I found this Tokyo Pop manga. Wow. Because I had to check for that as well. Yeah. Particularly, I like, there's most other ones you could find. I mean, they're more common though as well, particularly is what I could find as well. Let me check for movies on there. I mean, that's kind of a coincidence though, of whether you could find something there. Yeah, if you ask me though. That's something as far as I know. As well. I mean, they have... I mean, I like these as well. I mean, some of them may have not that as good on this section. There's most mangas you can find for like 25 cents as well. Like, how I can come across for that as well. Particularly. Here. And I found this manga I found called Sorcerer Hunters. I think this is volume 11 for the manga haul video. I've come across this. I'll show you more of this. And you're not going to believe that I found, from what I noticed, I found a Urusei Yatsura manga in English. By the way, this is the Perfect Collection one. This is actually my first lucky day. And by the way, this is only 25 cents though. This is my lucky day I found it. Because I think this is where the other books are, like Dragon Slayer. And I noticed and I'm like, oh yes, I found the Urusei Yatsura manga. Well, because as you see, this has gotten to my mind because I have my good perspective, and I found another like this as well. So I think I found 3 mangas as well. I found a couple volumes of Sorcerer Hunters, which are volume 11 and 13, and I found another one that I just found it in English. So this is my Saturday library vlog one, and this time I found Urusei Yatsura because this is my lucky day as well. I do have some in English, Japanese though, but there's a lot of manga there produced as well. As far as I know, most manga that I'm gonna pay for those and I'll be there. And also, I'm just gonna get this Urusei Yatsura magazine. I'm just gonna pick a manga to get here to check out, so I can do my manga review someday. I'm gonna have to borrow The Rose of Versailles. I'm gonna tell you more about it when I'm gonna get back. So I just finally got back home from the library, and for the most part is that I haven't realized that I had to pick some manga to reread that I considered to be like what are my favorites that I borrowed from the library. When I was going to check them out at the library, the receipt, for some reason, the printer that has your receipt after you borrow library materials from the library, for some obvious reason is that the receipt from the checkout part of the library, it was out of order. So what do? I check into my account on the library, and it turns out my stuff are due on the 18th, which is on March. Well, you know, because this explains the reason as well. The reason why I had to do this, because I had to check into my account, which is a obvious thing I had to realize. That's the thing of whenever I can do this as well. So, without any further ado, here, I have borrowed some manga that I wanted to pick, that I wanted to have as a favorite, as one of my favorite classic mangas that I wanted to check out from the library until I can order it online, either Amazon or eBay. And this one, I guess it's a classic, and it's The Rose of Versailles, because, in my opinion, this is actually one of my favorite manga title from Ryoko Ikeda. Yeah, this is a beloved series. This is the most beloved, important shoujo series on here, because most of these were published by Udon Entertainment, though, because I got these at the library as well. One of these days, I will order those online, and I can own them whenever I can get them on their Amazon online, or Right Stuff, or eBay, or Robert's Anime Corner Store. That's another one. if it has one, or you can get it on Barnes & Noble online as well, because I'm not sure if these are out of print or something. Yeah, I'm hoping this will ever get like a collected versions of those as well. And finally, at last, I found this manga that no, not exactly a manga, but this is actually a magazine that I found at a library, because I don't really borrow magazines from libraries like this one, and that is Otaku USA issue on here. I'm not sure what's the issue of this magazine. Oh yeah, between April 2023 on here. I'm not sure if I could find it though, because most of these magazines came with a poster, some of them don't. Well, I don't nearly collect that much posters as I thought I would, but because I wanted to save some space for like these floating shelves on the wall as well, because I was thinking about it as well, because I have been getting these ideas as well. However, this one has the little information on where this explains about the Urusei Yatsura anime from 2023. I mean, like most anime, this is one of those, oh yeah, that I found on the magazine. Yeah, in case you're wondering though as well. Yeah, I think I read the excerpt about it on this magazine, but I wonder if this could ever get like a home video release. I would just wait for it to come out on home video, because this is how collecting physical media on DVD and Blu-ray has got to me though, which is so true on here. Despite that this was on High Dive, but to be honest with you, I would just wait for it to come out on home video, because I have patience though. And there's an excerpt on other ones, like specific anime like Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch, which I don't think I have ever saw that one, but one of those I can watch for later. Because, well, to be honest though, although I would just wait for it to come out on either DVD or Blu-ray, because I have a feeling about collecting, because since those are always into streaming though, I have to be honest with you though, I'm more into owning a physical copy of them on, I believe it was DVD or Blu-ray as well. Yeah, because that's how I wanted to get into the point out of whatever as well, because some floating shelves are for like for my manga collection though, particularly because I wanted to like, I believe it was the one where basically how you could expect for this as well, from what I'm saying about as well. Well, you know, I'll probably get some floating shelves for the manga as well, because, yeah, a floating shelf would be perfect, because, yeah, I know about floating shelves, because, you know, the ones that can hold up into your wall, though. Although I do have the same goes with my anime and collection on there. Like, it's right behind me. I have them, like, in those, like, front and backs as well. I mean, those could help you, protect you from having the problems of, I believe it was these lack of shelving space problems. Yeah, because it can be a very pain in the butt whenever your stuff it needs to be put in those storage bins, like if you want to put them in storage. Yeah, because that's the thing, though. Yeah, it usually happens whenever when you don't have enough room for, you have over too many video games or anime or manga. So most of them can be filed them and put them in like storage bins as well, because particularly, or better yet, most of them you like particularly those like especially considerably for wondering the fact as well, particularly for what I learned about as well. Excuse me. Because this explains why as well. And I believe that's the reason, like, especially if you ever want to realize, to know for the fact as well. Yeah, because what has got to me, though, of what I have under my DVDs, this explains of how this got to my case that I had inside the bag, though. This DVD case I have of, let's say, for example, like I have this copy of, I have 2 copies that I kept in the past of which ones to keep and which ones I could get rid of, though. Let's say, for example, like I have this copy of Swiss Family Robinson on DVD. Well, back in 2009, when I got this at Walmart back in 2009, because it was the first time I wanted to get this DVD, because I thought that I was and I opened the DVD up because it was sealed. I thought if it has the discs or not and that. However, once I got this, I opened it up. The discs were missing. I think I first got that back in 2009. The discs were missing back in, like, I believe it was 2009. Like, I was a freshman in high school back in 2009 when that happened. Although I did got another copy of this of Swiss Family Robinson on DVD. I opened it up, and guess what? This came with the discs on here. It's like, how I'm thinking, like, why did I do that? However, I had 2 copies of this on DVD. Like, I had one that I got rid of. I think it never has the DVD discs, which I think I got and donated it to the library because, or something, because there were no discs, unfortunately. However, I keep this DVD because they're the only ones that has the discs on here as well. Be careful of what DVDs you get. You never know if it has the discs, or some of them may have it. Some of the discs are missing. Yeah, especially if you see find a DVD at and there's no discs on here, and some of them were lost. You might as well pass on the DVD covers with no DVD discs on here. You could pass on that as well, which is a smart thing as well. Yeah. Now, of course, I was not even outraged, but however, I did have a little, how many years of silence I had? 3 years of silence of when I first had to get another copy of Swiss Family Robinson on DVD. And this time the discs are in there on that. So, because the other copy, he never came with the DVD discs because the DVD discs were lost. On that actually had happened back in 2009, which I think I remembered it. So this explains as well. Not only that, above all this, This has got to my case, though, as well, according to the facts of what I remembered. And so, for the most reason is that I wanted to still say it for this as well. I mean, the reason why is the libraries have changed when there were no VHS tapes, because they stopped doing VHS tapes like to be checked out or borrowed from the library, because the the VHSs, no, not DVDs or Blu-rays, VHSs, sorry. Well, library still has DVDs and Blu-rays, but they stopped apparently they stopped using those obsolete formats like those VHS tape ones as well. Just because, if it's either the age of the tape or something, or most of them can be worn out or damaged as well. Just trust me on this. The library nowadays uses our DVDs and Blu-rays because they no longer use VHS tapes nowadays, because VHS is an obsolete format as well, particularly. Many of the obvious reasons, though, is that maybe they might have cleared out of those VHS tapes right out of those public library catalog systems as well. If I go through by the time DVDs and Blu-rays started to take over, yeah, because VHS is a obsolete format. And I wonder why. Well, just because VHS tapes, when they were on sale, they became like $1 or less. $1 or less, when it was like, when they're selling like VHS tapes at a flea market as well. Yeah, I think I remember going to the flea market when I was trying to find an anime on Blu-ray back in 2019. I still see some VHS tapes there. I was like, still buying VHS tapes? Ever heard of DVD? Ever heard of Blu-rays or in 4K Ultra HDs? That's how I would say. That's how it got to my theory as well. Yeah, and also the library book sale donation slot on the door, because the library donations no longer accept VHS tapes now, which I heard, and I thought, well, the only best way you can donate some VHS tapes are you can like find them at your local Goodwill store or Salvation Army as well, because this has gotten into my thing as well, if you ask me, though. Excuse me. So, well, what has got to me, though, in this? Well, there is a certain manga I found. I think I remember reading it back in November, or I think it was at December 2021, which I think it was before Christmas, because manga titles I read were that I wanted to read, like the Transformers manga and Beastars manga and the Rose of Versailles, because I had to pick something to reread on what are my favorites to read as well. On that, actually, how it got to my case. So, that's the reason why I'm got a feeling of reading manga. That's the whole thing as well. Because I have been reading a lot of manga, a lot more than I had with reading light novels, though. Just to be honest with you, though, as well. Despite I have not been buying any light novels since 2022, which was the surprise of Haruhi Suzumiya light novel, because I haven't gotten any of those in a while, just because that's the thing for that as well. And for so many obvious reasons, though, as well, because particularly for that, because when I looked at the Haruhi Suzumiya light novel one, I looked at it and I thought those pages are in words. I thought it was like a manga or something. Well, just ever you could figure out it's a thought to be ever really anonymous, though. But that's in the case, though. And I remember the library vlog last Christmas that I did a while back, because I remember coming back home from the library and it was getting dark and the sun set as well, and it was really getting dark, and I thought, I have a feeling that I had to do this as well. And I still think for the most part is that I've been wanting to learn about this as well, because for the most things as well, yeah, I remember it all as for this, and I can think about it at once as well. For the whole thing as well, because I'm really wanting to know for that. If you ever really figure out a thing of this, of all sorts. And I really was basically how I wanted to do this as well. Because I always wanted to come across for this as well. And this is my own little opportunities as well. But that's just besides the point, though. As gotten into my theory, though. If you ask me, though, I mean, however, there were these manga books that were on sale that I found. Like, I found the other two manga books, were, some of them were like 50 cents each. Like, for example, like specific ones like Sorcerer Hunters Volume 11 and Volume 13 or something. They were like 50 cents each, and an English translated version of the Urusei Yatsura manga that I found, which is under Perfect Collection, which I think it has 18 chapters, and it's translated it in English this time. And it blew my mind, and I thought, oh, okay, when I had to get it. So I paid like $1.25 for those, because this totals up to like 32 manga books, so that's basically 30 plus volumes of manga, though. However, I am still doing the goals for doing like my 100 plus volumes of manga as well, because I wanted to do something as well, particularly for the fact of this as well. Because I have been collecting a lot of anime, just like how, well, it's more different than that, but I have been collecting a lot of manga books, a lot more, just like I did have how I collect manga in, well, just like how I did collect manga in, just like how I collect English translated manga books in there, but I had a lot of those, but I did have the Japanese ones, though. Well, it just got to my case for this as well, just to be ever thought I've ever been really anonymous, though. I have been collecting a lot of manga, just like how I collect anime on DVD and Blu-ray as well. There's some I have on VCDs as well. Probably some VHS tapes of anime. I think I have some in my anime collection, though. Despite that, VHS tapes are old and they're the obsolete format, though. But we have these Blu-rays and the 4K Ultra HD releases, though, because despite that, Blu-rays and 4K Ultra HDs have more better quality than the VHS tapes and the VCDs had as well. Even though I've done my video on VCDs, though, because those are the ones that hold up to, like, I believe there were like 700 megabytes on there. That holds up to like quality and the audio on there as well. Like most of them most VCDs have like these foreign bootleg ones. You know, even though VCDs are very commonly in Asia, compared to those less pricier than the DVDs were in Asia as well, because that's the thing as well. And I think that I wanted to do it. Now, being from home, I always been used to, like, when I was at the library, when I did my first library vlog video back in 2022, it was cloudy and there was these trees behind me. You thought that I looked like I came out of the woods, though. Well, the woods, that would be far away from the city, though. I mean, you cannot go into the woods at night, though, because it's kind of, I don't know why they, like, especially if you ever been, like, when you have these night vision flashlight, though, especially if you are trying to go out of there. But you have to be careful if you're in the woods, though. Like, if you're at night, though. Especially if the only way you can do is, I believe you would, like, just get out of the forest, though. Especially, like, when it's sun setting down in the evening and it's gonna get completely dark. That's why. Especially if you ever wanted to get out of the woods before it's getting dark. And for all this as well, you could hear something in the woods. All take a note on this. Like, you hear something like loons in the forest or any kind of weird animals out there in the woods, though. To anyone who has ever been in the city, they're not being used to being part of the woods at night, though. Well, as a person from the city myself, I always go to the forest when it's only in the daytime, but not at night, because it's too dangerous and it's going to get dark and you don't know where you're going unless you have a flashlight. I mean, as long as you don't run into any animals, and probably some snakes there too in the woods, though, or in the mountains as well as like mountain lions and bears and any other animals in the woods, though, particularly as well. Yeah, there's and probably some bobcats as well, and or any other animals in the woods, though. Well, if you're in the lake, if it's down by the river in the woods, though, especially like if you hear like loons in the forest or any types of like weird animals and all. Now, being from the city, you're not being used to that at night, though. But you might be trying to figure out a way, though, for the whole most part of that as well. Yeah, because this is how it seems to be, though. But today, as a person who's been to anime conventions, I've always been a person who has been from the city, because I am from the city, though, by the way. because this explains the reason of that as well. And this is all explained to this as well. For that as well. But today, as a DVD and Blu-ray collector, I always want to look back of how I do things general. Like I had to wake up in the morning and make some coffee, though, because I just want to get myself feeling motivated, though, in other things as well. Now, being as a thing as well, those are my general things. But that's just besides the point. Which I think I rested my case, that's why. So that's going to be it for my video here for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm saying for this one. Well, it's been a while since I borrowed manga from the library in this library vlog Saturday video, because I haven't done one in a while as well. Probably some magazines I found at the library, though, which this is completely got to this as well. That's the thing, though. Hope subscribe for more content, and links will be in the description below if you want to check them out, including Anime Planet or AniList. Feel free to check those out as well. And also, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below on this video as well. And also, smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. And also, be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel, because I'm basically getting into the whole collecting DVDs and Blu-rays as well. And also, smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates on here as well. And that's all I have what I got for today. Well, I do have different hobbies, though. And I'm already about to be going on a trip to the beach in another couple week or 3 or something. Yeah, that'll be in my first case, though, as well. This is RuRoniK95 saying, thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is RuRoniK95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Take care. Bye.